Good morning. You are listening to the Coach's Corner on KYNT. Let's go to the voice of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Good morning. This is the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig, KYNT Sports Director, voice of Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, joining you this morning. Or I should say, thank you for joining me this morning. I'm running on caffeine. That's it. Not sleep, not even a good attitude, just caffeine. Coffee beans is what is flowing through my veins this morning. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is I am tired, but that's okay. I knew what having a newborn in the household would be like. We already have one. What I did not take into account is the former, well, now a 2.5-year-old child, still demands that attention. No. They don't just step aside and let you tend to the newborn baby. No. Nothing has changed in regards to what they need. Of course, I mean, it makes sense. I'm just surprised of how many cups of coffee one human is able to drink in one sitting. I don't even want to tell you. Mainly because I just don't want my wife to find out. But that's neither here nor there. We have Yankton Bucks and Gazelles athletics to get to today. It's been a busy calendar week for the Bucks and Gazelles programs. And I was able to catch up with 3 coaches yesterday afternoon for some interviews. Played the post-game coach interview with Coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton Bucks baseball. And then I didn't get a chance to catch up with Jill Muth of Yankton softball, mainly just because we agreed just to talk about the results this week and catch up next week. As Gazelle softball had 3 games yesterday. 3 games yesterday, all at different times and staggered throughout the day. So I'll have those results for you at the end of the show, but no interview this week. We'll take our first break, come back, and let's go ahead and start with Yankton Track and Field with Coach Jeff Gross. That's all around the corner here on KYNT from our KYNT Studios at 1019 Broadway Avenue, sponsored by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. We'll be back after this break.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer, research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Hello, here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production assemblers on our Wednesday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer and mechanical engineer. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit truxedo.com/careers to apply. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. In preparation for today's show, I was able to catch up with Coach Jeff Gross of Yankton Track and Field on Thursday afternoon. Talk about the past events and what was coming up at the time. And at the conclusion of playing that interview, I will have some results from the Howard Wood relays as well as the O'Gorman invite from yesterday afternoon, and set you off for the Saturday portion of the Howard Wood relays up in Sioux Falls today. But first, let's play that interview ahead with Coach Jeff Gross on the Pizza Ranch phone line Thursday afternoon. All right, let's talk Yankton track and field with head coach Jeff Gross. Coach, good morning. We're recording this on Thursday. Kind of a tricky week with us trying to figure out when to record for the show because a lot of track and field events kind of in between this interview. You just finished up in Mitchell at Joe Quinto Field on Tuesday. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, you have a bunch of events coming up over the next 2 days. We'll get to those as well. But if you're okay with it, Coach, I just kind of want to go over the event winners as we always like to do and kind of just run through those and just get your thoughts on the event. Sound good?
You bet. Yeah. And like you said, we got a very busy few days coming up here. We had Tuesday with the track meet in Mitchell. We've got track meets, 2 different track meets this weekend, both in Sioux Falls, one at O'Gorman, and then Howard Wood, of course. And then next week's very busy for us as well. We host a middle school meet, which our high school kids help out with. We host the 6th grade meet. We're helping out with that on Tuesday of next week. And then just a reminder that we've also got our Little Bucks and Little Gazelles meet next Thursday. That is May 11th. And we want to invite all K through 5th graders in the Yankton School District footprint are welcome to attend that. And that'll be next week. Start coming at 5:30 and we'll get the events going at 6 o'clock, but that's next Thursday. But I regress a little bit. Let's get into the results from Tuesday.
No, I appreciate it. 15 total events Yankton was victorious in on Tuesday. All right, Tierney Falk won the long jump and triple jump. Coach, go ahead and start there.
Yep, Tierney's doing a great job for us. Jumps have been very consistent for Tierney and going to continue to get her hurdle times down. And all of a sudden, the end of the season is coming up here. We're in a championship season. Tierney's going to have a great end of the season here, a great senior end of her season. So I've kind of mentioned Tierney in the past, and nothing has really changed there. She's a great student and going to have a great experience in college track next year and her college academic career up at the University of Sioux Falls. So.
And we'll double up the next one. Sydney Cirk won the 400-meter run, but she's also a part of the team along with Olivia Dimmer, Shay Rumsey, and Gracie Gutzman won the 1,600-meter relay.
Yep. Sydney's really coming around, ran a nice time also in the 400-meter dash, got her time down to a just above 60.48 or something. I don't remember her exact time. She's getting her times down in the 800 meter as well, both in the relay and in the open. She's, between she and Shay, they're both now in the upper, I haven't looked this morning, but they're in the upper 11 or so of the 800 in the state. So we're starting to get things going with our 2-mile relay with those two folks. And then our other members of that team as well are starting to bring their times down with Thea and Claire Tarashinsky as well. So they're doing really well there.
And then we have Taryn Fitzgerald won the discus, and the Kaylin Peterson won the 1,600-meter run. I'm going to give a couple for you at a time. A lot of event winners.
Yep. We had some with Kaylin in the nice to see her be able to get her name on top of the roster list there. We kind of changed up our lineup a little bit, so congratulations to her. And then Taryn Fitzgerald, we also named her our athlete of the meet. Just some of the cumulative things that she's been doing, and mainly the discus, but also the javelin as well. And congratulations to her. She's sitting, fighting for a spot to get into the state meet in the top 24. So she's going to continue to improve and continue to move up the list there.
And then Cody Oswald won the 110-meter hurdles. He's just been always near the top, and just nice to see him. He's won events before, obviously, but it's really nice to see him take a victory there.
Yep. Cody's continuing to run consistently. Hopefully we take a big leap this weekend at Howard Wood, moving down a little bit, advance to the out of the prelims into the semis is the goal there. And then from the semis into the finals, hopefully. So really looking for Cody to continue to do what he's doing that.
Then 2 sets of teams, coach. The 1600 sprint medley team, September Rauch, Alexia Wheeler, Claire Tereshinsky, Thea Chance, they won their event. And then the team of Austin Goebel, Rugby Riken, Cody Oswald, and Gavin Swanson won both the 400 and 800 meter relays.
Yep. Again, we're just kind of mixing things up. We ran multiple relays in all of those events with different personnel. Still trying to figure things out and solidify things as a coaching staff, seeing what options we have. Right now, we're kind of shooting at the conference meet, and then things will change a little bit for the state meet down the road. But, this weekend at Howard Wood will also give us a chance to see where we stack up against the rest of the state, where other people are seeing their strengths are at, and that'll help us figure out where we can put our people. Because we really do have a lot of options, both on the girls' side and then even more so on the boys' side, just because we have a lot more depth on the boys' side. It just gives you a lot more possibilities. So I'll cover some other stuff when we get to some of the other relays.
Coach, when these events happen, we write down all the event winners and things of that nature. It's just always nice to see that so many different athletes are in different events and their names are being said multiple times. It just goes to show you just the competitiveness of the team, right?
Yep. The depth, the lost the word right now, but just the versatility of many of our athletes that are able to compete in different items. We're big believers in getting kids into as many different events as they can. If a kid goes to one event and only competes in one event, you get to the state track meet at the end of the year, a 3-day long state track meet, for instance, or even Howard Wood being 2 days, that is a tiring situation. Just being up to that competitive level for that long, it takes a toll on your body. So, part of competing throughout the year is just building up that endurance, building up that stamina to just be able to take that process mentally as well as physically of just being ready to compete. So we try to get our kids into as many different events as possible. Up in Mitchell, usually our event sheet's only 1 sheet long. I showed that to the kids in our team meeting the other day. We had the people that we had entered in events was basically twice as long as we would normally have at a regular meet. So we really kind of tried to pile it on the kids there, and they responded well with, like you said, the 15 event winners. So that was good stuff.
A couple more teams, Goebel and Riken, along with Nate Schuldenfelder, Dylan Payer, the 1600 meter relay, and then, of course, the team of Abe Chance, Sam Larrington, Ethan Brendan, and Isaac Peterson won the 3200 meter relay. And we kind of went over these teams again, but you pretty much just summed up everything I was going to ask about. Is just the amount of names that go into these events. And everyone's just, at this point in the season, everyone's just really clicking, right? This is kind of where you want them to be at this point, right?
Oh, definitely. The last week and a half here kind of shown that, and I touched on that last week visiting with you, that we're kind of to the spot where we need to be right now. We're ready to take that next step. Those younger guys that were able to run the 2-mile relay that you mentioned, the 4x8, we didn't have our quote-unquote varsity lineup in there. They still went out, competed, got things done. Our mile relay, the 4x4 that you mentioned, those older guys, they didn't run the greatest time of the year that they have. But when you're disappointed in running a 327, that's pretty exciting. That 327, which is nowhere near what we're capable of running and is nowhere near what we've run this year already. That's still, I looked the other day, that's the 7th best time that's been run in the state this year. And we're very disappointed in that time. So that's exciting that we have those expectations for ourselves. The other thing that's exciting about that, we got about 5 or 6 different combinations of guys that we can run in that relay. And that's what I'm proud of that we're developing here right now with this particular team. So definitely.
Matthew Sheldon won the shot put, Lance Dandenbring won the pole vault, and Cooper Grotenhuis won the triple jump. Those are our final winners of the meet before we get into a preview.
Yep. And Lance qualified for Howard Wood, which we'll talk about a little bit in a moment, for the javelin. But then in the pole vault, he popped off his best vault of the year and he cleared 12.9, which is a 1 foot and 3 inch PR for him, personal record. If he had been able to vault that before Howard Wood entries were due, he'd be qualified for the Howard Wood field. So that's nice. And giving him confidence. Right now, he's in the top 24 and would qualify for the state meet. And by vaulting that, if he's able to be consistent at that. That also gives them a chance to place at the conference meet. We have a very competitive conference when it comes to pole vault. Watertown's always good. Brandon Valley's always good. So that's exciting that Lance is, he's just a great young man. So compliments to his mom and dad and to Lance specifically, because he's the type of kid that you want to have doing what he's doing here right now. And I'm kind of forgetting which other names you mentioned at this moment.
Cooper Grotenhuis.
Cooper kind of fits in that same mold. We're asking Cooper to do things that he hasn't done in the past, and he's just absolutely taken them on. He's taken pride in running the quarter. He's in that mix of that mile relay that I just mentioned. He'll be running it at Howard Wood this weekend. Those guys are going to be shooting for winning the Howard Wood 4x4, but didn't necessarily triple jump, up to his capabilities on Monday, but it's about competing, and he beat the people that were there, and that's what it's all about too.
Coach, Yankton Track and Field, pair of meets scheduled Friday, so we'll go over those results live on the show on Saturday. Well, I will. And then on Saturday, again, you have another event. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about what's coming up?
Yep. We're taking about 50 kids to Sioux Falls, O'Gorman on Friday. It's a very competitive meet. It's a nice supplement to the Howard Wood relays, which are very, very elite, very exclusive, so to speak. Very limited entries at Howard Wood. We got everything in that we kind of thought we would at Howard Wood as far as relays. We're hoping that we have a chance to win 4 different relays, and then competing very well in all the other ones that we have. A lot of things to mention, but one of the cool events that Howard Wood is exclusive to Howard Wood. They have a combined 4x4 relay, which they are running on Friday night. It's kind of one of the featured events there. They're running it in between the two, the boys' 800-meter special event and the girls' 200-meter special event. And we'll be running that race about as fast as we can run it. We're going to be running Shea Rumsey in that. We're going to be running Rugby Riken, Austin Goebel, and Sydney Cirque are going to be running that for us. And just the way we kind of stack that up and looking at previous results from previous years, we got a good lane draw. We're in lane 5 of the fast heat there, which is the second fastest time that was registered. And, just excited to see how those kids go out and compete. You don't get to run that unique race ever other than Howard Wood. And I know those guys and ladies are excited about that. So that is one of the relays that is going to be kind of a highlight for us for the weekend. On the boys' side, we've got our 2-mile relay, which has got about the 4th fastest time in the state right now and the 4th fastest time in the field. They're within striking distance of those times that are ahead of them with some more improvements and personal records there. So those guys are real excited to take a crack at that 4x8. The medley relay, which we had a little disappointing thing happen on the boys' side in Mitchell, which didn't show up in the results because we had an issue where we got DQ'd, but we ran an absolutely outstanding phantom time up in Mitchell. And hopefully that makes those guys, a whole group of guys, we've got about 6 or 7 folks that can be involved in that by the end of the year. But hopefully that makes that group that much more hungry. And I know it will. We're going to learn from that mistake and move on. And hopefully we get to see the results of that in Sioux Falls on Saturday as the boys run that medley relay. If our time had stood in Mitchell, that would have been the fastest time in the state this year. So, like I was telling the team yesterday, getting disqualified does not eliminate what you accomplished. It just kind of becomes a legend now. Instead of being documented, it just gets talked about. And sometimes things that get talked about, they create doubt in your opponent's mind a little bit. And hopefully that's the case here because we have an outstanding group of guys that can run that medley relay. And we'll see on Saturday how they perform there. And then our boys' mile relay is also going to be there in the fast heat. They got a great lane draw. They're in lane 2 of the mile relay. And, they're going to be battling for a Howard Wood championship plaque there as well. Our boys 4x1 or boys 4x2, hopefully they can execute, run their best times of the year, see what happens, and maybe sneak out a medal there. We don't have quite the lane draws there. The 4x1 and the 4x2 fields, the times that they have been entered at Howard Wood are absolutely phenomenal. I can't remember if it's Bismarck Legacy or Big Bismarck, forget the other big school. They've built so many new schools up there in the last few years, similar to the Sioux Falls and Harrisburg situation. But they had a team run a 1:27. I've never seen that on a high school event sheet. So I'm excited to watch some of those relays. On the girls' side, our girls 2-mile relay, those girls are going to run great. Hopefully we improve our time, which I know we will, and finish somewhere in the upper middle half of the medals. If we can, get a third place or better, that would be an incredible finish for us. Just bringing home a medal from Howard Wood is absolutely, you're competing with the best of the best within a 500-mile radius of Sioux Falls. So it's good stuff. And then also our girls mile relay is going to be very competitive there. Those girls are ready to take the next step to get down to where they need to be and running around that 4:05 mark or closer to 4 minutes where we want to run. Right now we've been around that 4:11. We don't have quite the lane draw there that we do in the boys, but those girls are going to knock it down. We've got, that group is led by Sydney Sirk and Shay Rumsey, who have, vast experience in those spots. And we got a couple of younger girls that are contributing there right now, Olivia Dimmer and Gracie Gutzman. And then Claire Terashinsky's right on the outside there, too, as an alternate right now for us and continuing to get her times down. That's what you got to have. You can't have just 4 people running those relays to be competitive. You got to have people fighting for those spots in a productive way. And that's what we've got right now, both on the boys' side and the girls' side for those mile relay spots.
Well, Coach, it's an exciting time as if you are of the belief that the last chance meet is considered, a playoff. The regular season is concluding this weekend, so that's a very exciting time. You're done the last stretch.
Yeah, it's been a weird year. We've had meets canceled. We've been running a lot indoors at Mount Marty, but now all of a sudden the rubber meets the road, and here we go. I mean, it is time to go. We had a staff meeting this morning with our high school staff. The academic year is winding down. People are planning for the graduations and so forth. Track and the positive things that happen with track for those track athletes, it's just all part of that big snowball of stuff that happens, positive stuff that happens here at the end of the year. And one of the big pieces of snow in that snowball is this weekend is getting to go up and compete both at Sioux Falls, O'Gorman, and then also at Howard Wood. It's just a South Dakota tradition that we're very excited to be a part of.
All right, Coach Gross, thank you so much for joining us at the Coach's Corner. Again, I'll go over the Friday results during the show on Saturday, and good luck to you and all of the athletes.
Thank you, and just again, I want to remind everybody, next Thursday, May 11th, 5:30 is registration time, and then 6 o'clock we'll start the events. We just want to invite all kindergarten through 5th graders in the Yankton School District footprint out to Williams Field here at the high school and have a great time competing in track and field and having fun.
All right, sounds excellent. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that was my conversation with Coach Jeff Gross of Yankton Track and Field Thursday. And, of course, yesterday was the first day of the Howard Wood Relays, as well as participation from Yankton in the O'Gorman Invite. Running through some results from the Howard Wood Relays yesterday afternoon. As far as what I can tell, Yankton didn't have any first-place finishes in day 1 of the Howard Wood Relays, but some of the top performances. Remember, just day 1. In the girls' 4x800 meter relay, Yankton's Shay Rumsey, Thea Chance, Claire Terashinsky, and Sydney Sirk finished 4th, the 9:43.20. Brandon Valley took that one 9:12.97. In the boys' 4x800 meter relay, Carson Conway, Oliver Dooley, Nate Schoenfelder, and Dylan Payer took 3rd, 8 minutes, 2 seconds, .34. Bismarck took number 1, 7:57.01. Another top 10 finish in the boys' distance medley. Abe Chance, Jay Sedlacek, Carson Conway, and Oliver Dooley finished 10th. with an 11 minute, 32 seconds, .29. Sioux Falls Lincoln took the title from day one with 11 minutes, 4 seconds, .83. That was a team of Sam Erickson, Isaac Jarofsky, Colin Peck, and Chase Henderson. Dylan Payer had another top 10 finish. He finished 7th in the boys 3,200 meter run, 9 minutes, 31 seconds, .91. And taking number 1 in day 1 was Sawyer Clarkson, 9 minutes, 7 seconds, .7 from Belle-Fourche. In a lot of events today, the girls discus throw, the boys triple jump, the girls pole vault, the girls 300 meter hurdles, the boys 300 meter hurdles, the girls 1600 and boys 1600 sprint medley, the girls 400 meter dash, and the boys 400 meter dash. Also tomorrow, I pulled up the list. I was expecting to name them. A bunch of events. Yeah, so like 35. We'll be here all day. That, of course, is all at Howard Wood Field in Sioux Falls, one of the biggest meets of the year. All right, over in the O'Gorman Invite, Yankton had some athletes competing. In the boys triple jump open, Tucker Gilmore finished 4th, 40 feet 8 inches. Finishing first from here on, Quentin Walls, 42 feet 2 inches. In girls long jump, taking the victory, Tierney Falk, 17 feet 5 inches. 3 inches above second place is Landry Wilson out of Sioux Valley. In the girls triple jump open, Berkeley Olson took that victory, 36 feet, 1.5 inches. Above second place is Avery Krause out of Rapid City Stevens, 34 feet, 2.5 inches. And with a 6th place finish, Taryn Fitzgerald, 109 feet, 2 inches in the girls discus throw open. And a bunch, and I mean a bunch of events today. Also at O'Gorman High School, day 2. So that's all happening today still. Big events up in Sioux Falls. Good. Best of luck to the Bucks and Gazelles athletes. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Coaches Corner. Come back and continue here from our studios at 1019 Broadway Avenue. The Coaches Corner. Good morning.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Joined us on the Pizza Ranch phone line yesterday afternoon. It was Coach Ryan Haig of Yankton Bucks Tennis. Caught us up on the Yankton Bucks tennis program, who's just cruising along this season, trying to defend their state title from a season ago. He talked about the most recent matchups with me and previewed what's ahead. Let's just jump right into that conversation. Coach Ryan Haig, Yankton Bucks Tennis. All right, let's start talking Yankton Bucks tennis with me on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Coach Ryan Haig of Yankton Bucks. Coach, couple of events earlier in the week. And then, of course, as this is playing on a Saturday, we're recording this on Friday, but you have another event. But let's start with the one on May 1st. That was Monday. Yankton Bucks split an ESC triangular in Mitchell against the Colonels and Pierre. Yankton fell 5-4 to Mitchell in the first, and then swept Pierre 9-0 in the second. Zachary Briggs, Harrison Krasky, Christopher Rockney all went 2-0 in singles competition on the day. When you talk about their performance a little bit.
Yeah, those guys, it's number 1, 2, and 3 in our lineup, and those guys been performing very, very well for us all year long, especially Zach and Harrison, who are our most experienced players on our team. Those guys know how to get things done, and they've been, playing at a very, very high level all season long. I was very happy to see Chris kind of get a tough match in the W column against Mitchell. Chris is one of our young guys, our freshman, that, first year varsity guy that, he's been playing in an awful lot of tiebreakers recently, and just hasn't figured out a way to get on top of those tiebreakers and come off the court with a victory. But he was able to get that taken care of, and I think his maturity level has really increased this season as far as his court maturity, and it's starting to show. And he's winning some of those close matches now. And the guys played Mitchell tight. The first time we played Mitchell, there was 3 super tie breaks. We happened to win all 3. This time there was 3 super tie breaks, and we won 1 of the 3. And so that's just how tight of a battle it really is with when Yankton plays Mitchell. They're a quality program. They have been for many, many years, and they got one by us here the other day. So it'll be our job now to kind of take care of things when we head to ESD tournament next week.
Briggs and Krasky also went undefeated as a duo over the course of that event. We talk a little bit about doubles play as well.
Yeah, same thing. Those guys are, Zach and Harrison, as our one doubles team, have been a team that's been, has beaten some very, very high quality opponents all season long. And they continue to play at a very high level. And Mitchell plays a very aggressive style of doubles. And we know that going in. We've, they year in and year out, we know kind of what we're going to get with Mitchell. And Zach and Harrison, just like I said, they're the most experienced players on our team. They understand, what Mitchell is going to bring to the table as far as strategy goes whenever we play them. And they've kind of got they've kind of figured out a rhythm to the game for themselves that works very, very well. And they continue to play at a high level, and hopefully they haven't peaked yet. We need them to peak here on the next week or two here at the ESD and the state tournaments.
And then on Tuesday, the Bucks split another triangular, fell to Sioux Falls Lincoln 9-0, but defeated Sioux Falls Christian 5-4. And Zachary Briggs, Harrison Krasky, Christopher Rockney, and Miles Krasky all picked up singles wins. And then in a doubles win, it was Briggs and Krasky again. How'd that event? Obviously, we know how it went, but how do you feel about that event?
Yeah, I don't think we played our highest level of tennis, in that particular event, at least with Sioux Falls Christian. I think, we got out on the court early. It was our first match of the day. I just think we got off a little bit to a slow start. We started with doubles. Typically, we're very comfortable starting off with doubles. Our number 1 doubles team plays, again, a very, very high level game, and came off the court with a victory. But, I think our 2 doubles and our 3 doubles teams, they just got off to a little bit too slow of a start, and kind of were fighting back from behind all day long, and weren't quite able to get over the hump. And so, we took losses in 2 and 3 doubles, which is something that is a little bit uncommon for us to win only one of 3 doubles. So, we definitely have a few things to work on there. Confidence being, a big one for sure, especially at this time of the year. You want your confidence to be very, very high. However, we did a fantastic job after the doubles portion of the duel to fight back in singles. We had to win 4 of the 6 singles to scratch out a win. And anytime you can do that, that's probably a pretty good day. And, one of those guys on the day was Chris Rockney once again. Again, I continue to say it. The kid has been in an enormous number of very, very close matches throughout the season. Probably has played more tiebreakers than anyone else on our team throughout the entire season. He was in a tiebreaker once again after he started off very, very slowly, and I think almost got swiped off the court in the first set. I think he got beat 6-1, but kind of reestablished himself and got his head straight and kind of figured a few things out and won the second set, I believe 6-4. And then, just kind of dominated that tiebreaker. I think he won 10-1 or 10-2 or something like that in a tiebreak. So, the kid is a scrapper, and it was a big match for us. We needed that one to pull out the dual victory, and he was able to get that taken care of. And, a lot of the other guys as well. Ethan Marsh played a tough, solid singles game for us. Luke Moeller is playing very, very good for us. Jack Pedersen, Miles Kraske, all those guys just playing at a very, very high level. And, it's what you want to see at this time of the season. Although hopefully they haven't peaked just quite yet, as ESDN State is just around the corner.
Yes, it is. And tomorrow, as we were recording this, it's playing today on Saturday. The Bucks are in a quad with the host Brookings Bobcats, but just playing Aberdeen and Huron. And again, one more time for everyone, this Saturday morning. This is the one downfall, Coach, of pre-recording the entire spring show, it seems, is that I'm always getting confused what day things are recording or playing. But a regular season finale, how fast did the season blast by you?
Yeah, it's amazing how quick the tennis season goes by. It seems like just yesterday we were stepping on the court for the first day of practice, and the weather was miserable, just like it typically is, and we were practicing indoors just about every single day, and all of a sudden you turn around and here we are. We're sitting at the last event of the season. Typically, it's kind of one of those mile points you kind of look at the beginning of the season when you put your finger on the schedule. This is kind of one of the areas you say, okay, well, this is the beginning of the postseason. We'll get this thing wrapped up, and hopefully the weather holds and the weather is good and we can get it in. We'll see about that. Mother Nature might have something else in store, but either way, we hope to, if we're playing this thing on Saturday, we hope to be playing at a high level. Aberdeen is a quality opponent. Huron is a quality opponent. I think both of those teams have really come a long way during the short season that we've had. I think they definitely improved their games from day number one. So we're going to have to be on our A game. We're going to be without our full team, as Miles is currently traveling to, I believe, Thailand for another badminton event. So we'll be without Miles. So, that'll change our 3 doubles teams around just a little bit. And Ethan Marsh is going to step in at 4 singles for us and do a fantastic job. So, it should be a good day on Saturday. Hopefully we walk out there with a couple wins and our confidence pretty high because just a short turnaround after that, we'll be heading to Mitchell for the ESD tournament.
I always get a kick out of Miles, and obviously as a badminton player, just one of the best in the world. It's just amazing. But, has to miss events or school, I'm sure, instead of for doctor appointments or dentist appointments. So, yeah, I'm in Thailand. I always find that funny.
Yeah, that's right. He's been all over the world, and, hopefully he'll send a live stream link to us. And, if you ever get a chance to kind of watch him on the court in badminton, it's pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Coach, I know we had to get you out of here soon, but the ESD tournament, you've alluded to it a couple of times, and I don't know how much of a preview you really need. Obviously, you just go there and you want to take home that ESD title, but kind of a preview. You've played at Hitchcock Park many times, actually recently, but just what are you feeling about the ESD tournament?
I think right now probably Harrisburg is the favorite right now. They have a pretty solid program going on right now. They're young, but they're very, very talented. And but that's not to say that they can't be upended. And I think there's a number of teams. I think just about every single other team is just right there at nipping at their heels. And us and Mitchell and Aberdeen and Watertown and Huron, I think all those teams they're right there. And when you enter into a tournament style competition and, players deal with pressure differently and, being that Harrisburg is a very young team, a couple of their players have very little experience as far as ESD competition goes. You never know how they're going to react. They may perform very, very well. They may open the door a little bit for someone else to kind of slide in. And so, we're going to try to be looking forward to those opportunities and hopefully compete at a very high level and we'll scratch out, a high finish.
Well, Coach, we'll recap the ESD tournament for the next week's show, and then we'll preview the state tournament. That's all around the corner. Always appreciate your time, and good luck to you and the Bucks.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Let's Coach Ryan Haig, Yankton Bucks Tennis. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner. Again, thanks to Coach Ryan Haig for joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. We're going to go ahead and take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line yesterday afternoon, or following the competition, was Coach Brett Syme of Yankton Gazelles Golf as the Yankton Invitational wrapped up. We'll jump right into that conversation. Again, this was recorded yesterday evening following the Yankton Invite. All right, let's start talking Yankton Gazelles Golf with Coach Brett Syme. Coach, we just wrapped up a invite here on Friday as we were recording this. We also had earlier competition at Huron. I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor to talk about that before we talk about the one here in Yankton.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a tournament on Tuesday against Mitchell, Sioux Falls Lincoln, and Sioux Falls Jefferson, but that didn't happen. The two Sioux Falls schools ended up having a conflict, so we weren't able to go to that one. So Huron graciously let us enter the Huron Invitational. So it was a good tournament for us to go up to and get a good competition in and see a lot of the teams that we were going to play at the Yankton Invitational. A lot of our girls hadn't played the Huron golf course or hadn't played it for a couple of years. So it was good to go up and see a new course and get to play. And we actually got a pretty decent day to play. A lot of the tournaments we've had have been windy and cold and possibly rainy and stuff like that. But we finally got a decent day to play, got up to Huron, and maybe didn't finish quite where we wanted to, but it was a good experience getting to play another invitational. We ended up 7th out of a total of 11 teams there. Like I said, we want to finish in that top half, maybe in the top 5 or 6. But, it was a good tournament for us to kind of try and and get back into the big tournament swing so that when we played the Invitational today, we were ready for it. We had Elia Homestead lead us with an 87. Gracie Brockberg played a really good round with an 89. Sabrina Krasky shot a 97, and Madison Reichen shot a 99. So those 4 girls being under 100 on a course that we have not played a lot, was good for us. I would like to see it a little better. That course has a lot of penalty areas, and if you're not really familiar with it, it can be a little difficult. So it was good for us to see that golf course in case we need to, play it either next year or in the future for an ESD or a state tournament. But we were hoping to finish a little bit better. But it was good to get back into the swing of things. We haven't played an invitational here for a little bit, and so it was good to get back out and play. And it makes for a long day. We had the Huron Invitational. There was athletic awards that night, and then we were also, one of the big tournaments we have a bullseye on is our own Yankton Invitational because it's always a big tournament. So it was, the Huron Invite, even though we didn't finish kind of where we wanted to, it was a great tune-up for the tournament we were going to have here today.
And then speaking of today's tournament, again Friday, as this is playing on Saturday, Yankton finished 4th. 342. Taking the team title was Aberdeen Central with a 316. But Coach, we'll start with your golfers kind of working from the top down. Finishing second to individuals, Elia Homestead, and she finished with a 71. Will you talk a little bit about her day?
She had an amazing day. I mean, I can't say any more than that. She's kind of been leading us in play pretty much all year long. To shoot 1 under par, just a great round. Usually when you shoot under par, you're looking at winning it, but one of the Mitchell girls just had a great day today too, shot 4 under par. So, when you got a girl that shoots 68, it's pretty hard to beat that. But Elia goes out, shoots 71, leads the Gazelles and led us to a good team finish too. So, our 4th place team finish, puts us in the top 5 in the tournament. The girls got to take home some medals, and that's always fun when they get to do that. The top 5 teams medal at our tournament. But I can't say enough about the way she played. She played smart. She kept her cool, playing with some girls that are pretty good. And as an 8th grader, she's got what it takes, and she's very good about how she plays. She's smart about how she plays. In Huron yesterday, she had never played there before. So, she had a little trouble maybe knowing where some of the penalty areas were on Huron, but we got to come here and play at home. The course that she plays is her home course. Just had a great tournament. So, the sky's the limit for her. If she keeps working, she can be as good as she wants to be. And, we had some other really good individual efforts. Elsie Larson's been, one of the leaders for us. One of our seniors shot 87. Sabrina Krasky, a freshman, shot 91. She's kind of been coming on here. We're looking for her to, maybe break that 90 barrier a little bit more coming up here. Madison Reichen had a really good round, a junior for us, shot 93. Gracie Brockberg, our other senior, shot 98. So, we had 5 girls that were under 100. And then Jordan Cunningham, our other varsity golfer, shot 105. So, that's that number that we're looking for the state tournament. We're just hoping that maybe she can improve on that a little bit so we can get her qualified also. But, it was a good tournament for the Gazelles. A great field that we had here. The Sioux Falls Public Schools weren't here, but Sioux Falls Lincoln would maybe be a team that would fight for those top spots. But to be in the top 5 and, for us, the top 4 getting 4th place, it was a really good tournament for us. And we were only 2 shots behind Rapid City Stevens, who year in and year out is a very good quality team to try and move up into 3rd. So, I think the girls are starting to understand that we've got a chance to do some good things this year. Aberdeen and Mitchell, they have kind of separated themselves from the pack. They're kind of fighting it out for 1 and 2, but to fight it out for that 3rd through 6th spot when we get to the state tournament, it's going to be a battle because I look at 3rd place through 7th place, and there's 8 shots from Rapid City Stevens shooting a 340 to Pierre shooting a 348. So there's not a lot of strokes in there for that difference. And it just goes to show that every shot out there matters. And that's what we try to teach the kids is we can't give up. You just got to try your best on every shot, give 100% effort every time you get up to the ball, and we can't take anything for granted. So, the girls, I think, are starting to understand that. They're understanding that we can compete. And, we're just going to keep trying to improve and try and get better as the year progresses. And hopefully when we get down to conference and state tournament time, we can go out there and compete at a high level.
And, Coach, you have a few competitions left before ESD meet, and the one coming up next is one of my favorites to talk to you about, the Marchand Cup, this time at Mitchell. I ask you every year, but you never know who's listening that may have not heard it before. Will you explain quickly the Marchand Cup?
Well, the Marchand Cup is it's a tournament that honors, and it's in memorial of Rob Marchand, who used to be a golfer for Yankton High School. Long time back in the day, played for Norm West, the golf coach that was here before me. And then he also coached in Mitchell, later on in his lifetime when he had moved to Mitchell and was working up there. He was coaching Mitchell's golf team. He ended up getting cancer. I can't remember exactly what type of cancer it was. And then he passed away during the boys season one year. And we were supposed to play a Mitchell duel, just Mitchell versus Yankton shortly after that. And we thought about canceling it, but then Mitchell said, you know what, Coach Marchand would want us to play the golf tournament. So we decided to do something a little different with that, and we played it a little bit more Ryder Cup style, so match play. And we're gonna take 10 girls up to Mitchell. We're gonna play 3 different styles, 3 different matches over 18 holes. So we play 6 holes each match. The first match is best ball, where 2 girls will team up from each team. They'll play their own ball through the hole, compare scores, and if one team beats the other, one team goes 1 up, the other team goes 1 down. If they tie, they're all square. Whoever's ahead at the end of the match wins a point for their team. The second set of holes is scramble. That's the one the girls always have the most fun with because there's not as much pressure on that one. You just go out, you both hit a shot, you take the best one, you hit from there, you take the best one, and you keep doing that till you hole it out, compare it against Mitchell, and, same way that the first set of matches goes. But the third set of matches, that's kind of where a lot of times things get decided because you just play your number 1 versus their number 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. That's called singles. And, there's more points there because we're not having partners. So each of the first 2 matches, there's 5 points in those formats. In the singles, there's 10. So a lot of times that's where things get decided. So Mitchell has a really strong team this year. But, our girls really like this tournament. They want to go up there and compete. We got the cup from them last year, so we want to hold on to it. There's 20 points total in the tournament in the Marchand Cup. So since we've got the cup, we have to get 10 points to retain the cup. They have to get 10.5 to take it from us. So they actually have to beat us. They can't tie us to get the cup. But it's a tournament that, it's a great competition. It's something different than we do all the time in these golf tournaments. It's not stroke play. It's match play. The girls have fun getting to play a little bit different format, and we get to honor, a great guy in Rob Marchand who played golf for Yankton, way before I was ever here, and I got to know him pretty well while he was coaching at Mitchell. So it's great to be able to honor him and remember him and get to play. And he always wanted to have something a little bit different where we still got to compete, didn't have to do the same thing all the time. So I'm glad we're keeping the tradition, and the girls have a lot of fun with it. So do the boys when we play it, and just always look forward to it every year.
Is it always nice for, you guys alluded to it, Coach, but just kind of the change of pace for the players, right? Just kind of doing something a little different, as you kind of said, just kind of more of a it's competitive, obviously, but more of a relaxing kind of event.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a little bit different. They gotta think a little bit different strategically, and so it really does bring out a little bit different form of golf than we're used to playing, and it's a good thing. It makes them start thinking a little bit differently, and I think in the end it can really help your stroke play game when you end up having to think about, what you're doing in this tournament too. So I am really glad that we do it. It kind of breaks things up in the season. We're kind of in the midpoint of the season here, and we've got a couple of more invitationals and then some of our big tournaments coming up, and we've still got a couple of middle school events that are coming up. So, we're just gearing up for our last month of season here.
All right. Well, Coach, that again for everyone is May 9th. That's this coming Tuesday at Mitchell Lakeview Golf Course, and tee off at 2:00. As always, thank you to Coach Brett Syme for joining us. Yankton Gazelles Golf. Coach, enjoy your weekend.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks to Coach Brett Syme joining us yesterday on the Pizza Ranch phone line immediately following the Yankton Invitational. We're going to go ahead and take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
First Dakota National Bank has been paving financial futures since 1872. But when it comes to supporting a community, it takes more than experience. Financial planning takes a personal touch, which is why we offer a wide range of customizable options for personal, business, and ag banking. We've been doing banking longer than anyone else, but we're first because our goals have never changed. Helping local communities plan and reach their financial success has and always will be what we're here for. Member FDIC.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Let's start talking Yankton Bucks baseball. I'm going to go ahead and play the post-game coach interview with Coach Drew Lawrence from Monday's doubleheader loss to Sioux Falls Jefferson at Riverside Field. Yankton entered the game second in the South Dakota High School Baseball Association standings, 10-3 record, and took a 2-game tumble against a very powerful Sioux Falls Jefferson squad, and are looking to bounce back again today on the road. But Coach Drew Lawrence talks a little bit about that in the post-game coach interview. Again, this is the post-game from the Sioux Falls Jefferson matchup. Yankton lost the first game 5-4 and the second game 16-3. Here's that conversation.
Lawrence, Coach, game one, good game back and forth. I know you can take a lot of lessons from that game, but obviously game two, a little more on the rough side. It's kind of what was the initial message to the team immediately following game two?
Game one and game two. I mean, game two, we were up 2-1 going into the fifth. It doesn't feel like that after the outcome. But we had a 1-run lead going into the last couple innings. So we just didn't execute. We didn't do what we needed to do. But that's baseball. Excuse me. We gave them a lot of extra outs today. And that's what, I've kind of talked to the team about. And up here, we've, found ways to win. We keep finding ways because we haven't played that well. And today was very similar. We struggled a lot in the outfield, and we gave them a lot of extra outs, and those guys can hit, and they made us pay for it.
Yeah, a lot of hard hitting on both sides of the ball. Yankton had a lot of hard hit balls as well. Of course, Lucas Camshaw's home run to dead center, but it seems like even the foul balls are hit hard. Just a very powerful team in Sioux Falls, Jefferson. And as far as pitching, Coach, Mark Cottle starts a game at 2. Excuse me, he came in game 2, did a nice job. Josh Sheldon started off really well as well. But Mark Cottle ran into a little bit of trouble there, but he stays in there and just kind of battles through. Is that important just to maybe not yank him right away, but just kind of have them battle through those times and learn some things?
Yeah, I mean, it can't all go great, right? It can't every time. It can't be just we're going to go out there, we're going to get strikeouts, we're going to get outs, and we're going to win. That's just not the way it works. So it absolutely is a learning experience, and it's good. I mean, we got a little bit of a humble pie today, and I think we kind of needed it, and, we move forward. As far as, that post-game talk and talking with the guys throughout the game, and I've said it before, but we're not necessarily outcome-based, right? So tomorrow is the same preparation that we were going to do if we won these games, and the next day and the next day. So we'll be ready for Saturday, and I'm sure the boys will want to get out there because, they like winning. So I'm sure they're going to be ready to go Saturday when we head to Brookings.
I hope I don't miss anyone, but you have some younger Bucks come in, Peyton Peterson, Frankie Idfeld, Keenan Wagner, Sean Turner, for example. Sean Turner gets an RBI. Wagner gets a walk. It's really nice to see those guys coming up. I'll be calling their names regularly in the future, and I see them to get some reps.
Yeah, and they put in a lot of time, and they've got their JV games in that they've got. But those guys, they're here every game, every varsity game. They're here. They're upbeat. They're going. So it's not, obviously it's not a good situation when we're down that many. But be able to get those guys in, that is a good positive that you can take out of it because. We, as far as how we want to build this team with leadership from the players to top to bottom, if we don't have those guys that you just mentioned up and upbeat all the time, we're not at the record we're at right now. We're not as successful as we are. So we want to just make sure that they had the opportunity. I wish I could have gotten Jace out of the game. He's caught every single inning for us the entire season, and he wants to, but Jace has been very important to us, and I wanted to mention him on the radio today because he's been so successful behind the plate. But I did talk to him after that last 7th inning, and I said, I probably should have got you out. You've caught every one for us. But he keeps working, and, everyone just wants to keep playing.
Well, we talked about Jason McCorkle a lot on the broadcast.
Good.
Just the matter of how important we know that he is to this team. And not even just like at the plate and the things that you would usually talk about, but even just framing behind the plate for these pitchers. They must love having him as a target behind there.
Yeah, I mean, this is his 3rd year catching for us, and he's improved every single year, and he's a workhorse, and he doesn't ever want to come out. So we owe a lot to him as far as, when we're successful pitchers and being able to be confident and able to throw curveballs in the dirt, knowing that Jason's going to block it. Even from last year to this year, he has greatly improved, and that was very difficult to do, but he's done such a good job for us.
All right, give me a preview, Coach. What's next for the Yankton Bucks making a trip up to Brookings?
Yeah, Brookings every year they're tough. Every year they got a good squad, so they got a couple of really top-end pitchers too, and I don't know if we'll face them or not. It doesn't matter, but it'll be, besides this game here, pretty much, and the last on Saturday we kind of blew out the 2 teams, but other than that, every game has been close games. I assume they're just going to be that way as well.
Well, that's the way you want it, right? As getting ready for playoff baseball, which is just around the corner, and looking forward, Coach, to being there for the downhill stretch as we go. Thanks for joining us as always.
Yep, appreciate it.
Again, that was from the post-game coach interview with Coach Drew Lawrence following that 2-game tilt versus Sioux Falls at Jefferson. Best of luck to the Yankton Bucks today as they are at Brookings this afternoon. A very important doubleheader for the Yankton Bucks. We'll go ahead and take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Are you new to the Yankton area, or have you lived here your entire life and just bought that house in the corner you've loved since you were a kid? Have an agent that lives, works, and raises their family right alongside of you. You may know me. I'm Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton. Give me a call, or even stop me in the store, and let's set up a time and make sure all of your insurance policies are right.
Missouri River Associates, 605-665-6885.
Spring is the perfect time of year to start upgrading your home. And what better place to start than with your garage doors? This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Home improvement season is here. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer, research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
And welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig, 1019 Broadway Avenue of the KYNT Studios. I don't have a Yankton Gazelle softball interview with Coach Jill Muth today, mainly because in the spring, I like to record the coaches on Friday because of the busy weekend schedule, but just kind of turn of events is that Yankton Gazelles were busy yesterday, 3 games. So I told her I'll tell everyone about the results and catch up with her next week. But Yankton had a good day yesterday. 3 games, as I said, in Sioux Falls. Game 1, Yankton 9-4 over the Sturgis Scoopers. Yankton scored 4 of the 6 half innings they were at bat. 15 total hits with RBIs. Koletsky had 3, Fieser with 1, Velik with 1, Herbolt with 2, Mosier with 1. Burns was on the mound again for the Gazelles. She took the victory, 3 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. Also 5 strikeouts was Hansen. She came in 5 strikeouts as well. She gave up 2 earned runs. In game 2, the Yankton Gazelles fell 15-7. A 6-run top of the 3rd for Stevens and a 4-run top of the 5th. Kind of is what the straw that broke the camel's back. Both Velik and Humpel led the way with 2 RBIs each for Yankton. Grace Burns took the loss on the mound, giving up 14 hits, 4 earned runs, but 15 total runs. And then when I looked at that, I said, what? And, it was just a bad day in the field for Yankton. 10 errors. So it was rough game defensively, but don't worry, there will be another game to be had. The Yankton Gazelles victorious over Dakota Valley 16-11. Some high scoring affairs in Sioux Falls yesterday. Leading the way for Yankton, Mosier had 5 RBIs, then Herbolt with 3. Oh, and excuse me, Fieser also had 5, Ellie Fieser. And Fieser also led the way with 5 hits. On the mound, Grace Burns took the victory, 3 strikeouts, 5 earned runs. But Yankton also had 5 errors in that matchup as well. So 2 victories over 3 games. The offense really came to play. Defensively, Yankton has had kind of a rough day, but we're still able to have such strong performances, and in other regards took 2 victories. The Gazelles are now 9-4 on the season. And again, we will catch up with Coach Jill Muth next week on the show as the playoffs are getting ever closer for Yankton Gazelles softball. Thanks to all of our coaches for joining us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Thanks to our sponsors, of course. And most importantly, thanks to you, the viewer on KYN TV or listener on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the